and what we feel like we're meant to be, it's unfair to us, it's unfair to the universe, and it's unfair to the other people that we were meant to assist and help on this planet, because we all have different paths of life, we all have different purposes, but overall we're all here to help ourselves and to help others, to lift each other up. That is... Hello, wonderful friends. I am back here with another video wanting to talk to you about stepping into our authenticity, but also finding our purpose. You know, this life is a seeker's journey. It really is. Like, there is so much that we get to discover about ourselves along this journey of life. You know, it's really incredible that doctors and the medical industry, they don't even quite understand all the scientific, all the miracles that exist within our body. And it's amazing that they're learning new things every single day, every single moment. Just like we get to learn new things about what's good for our body. You know, what is the good nutrition for us? Because it's not the same for everyone. I personally am plant-based, and when I'm in local areas near water, I do love to eat some fish. So I am like, I would say 95% vegan, plant-based, because that is mostly what my diet is. But if ever I'm in, for instance, Hawaii, then I will, consume locally caught fish. But the thing is that I'm not doing that multiple times a week. It's more like, 1 to 3 times a month. But that's what's good for me. And that is not something that is good for everybody else. So it's like, even part of this journey is figuring out like what your body thrives on, what is good for you. So what is good for you nutrition wise? What is good for you environmental wise? I was born and raised in Southern California, and that climate, that atmosphere was absolutely horrible for me. I mean, dry weather, dry seasons, fire. It was cold a lot of the time. I don't care what those travel advertisements try to tell you. It is cold in California, and the oceans are cold, and I am naturally a bit colder in my body anyways. My natural temperature is lower than the average person. So I need sunshine, I need humidity, and that's what's best for me, but that's not what's best for everybody. So, finding out what environment is best for you. It's really about getting in tune with yourself, asking yourself these questions, noticing what's happening in your body when you travel, when you visit new places, or even in the place that you physically are at now. Is tapping in, turning on, tuning in, and recognizing these things in your body and what is good for you and what is not good for you. And tapping into your intuition and following that. So for instance, when it comes to our purpose, tapping into what is good for us, well, follow those good vibes. I know that it sounds so simple, but it is challenging. But listen to those good vibes and follow those good vibes. So if you are someone who you just feel so inspired, you feel so energized, you can't get that smile off your face when you play a certain sport, then invest more time in doing that sport. Follow that love. You never know where it'll lead you. Don't put limiting beliefs on yourself. And don't try to also set an expectation to go along with it. Don't just think, oh, I love soccer, so I'm going to, be a professional soccer player, because that's like the most basic, not basic, but it's the first career thought that comes to you when you think that how much you love soccer. Well, that might be a potential for you for sure, but don't necessarily like put that expectation on yourself. Why don't you just, put the expectation on yourself to, since you love it so much, to practice it 3 times a week. Something like that. Just tap into it more, because our purpose isn't always clear, set, straight on. And sometimes we don't even, know how that's going to turn into being, also our financial stability. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out and learn. And that's what I'm sure, like, why you're watching this video, is how to turn your purpose, your passion into your financial stability, to bring in that income so that you can live your life and be paid to do what you love. That is what we all desire, I believe. I think that we definitely are shifting from a type of reality where it was, go into the office and work this amount of hours per day for a certain company. That company owns you for as long as that contract is. For whatever times you are on their property, they own you, and that is how money comes in, and then that's how you can pay for your bills and, for your survival. But it doesn't say anything about paying for your dreams. And so really, I think this, setting up, a way for you to earn money doing what you love. Therefore, you are living your dream life and you're getting paid for it. That is what we all want, right? And that's what we're trying to figure out within our own selves is what is the right path for me? What is going to bring that in? And to do that, our first steps is to just ask ourselves some basic questions and really tapping into what is best for us, not necessarily looking at what is bad and what is good, but in a term like what is bad and what is good for you personally. I don't want you to genericize, when it comes values and belief systems, what is good and bad. I want you to just think about, for instance, for me, okay, whenever I eat a certain food, actually I'm celiac, so let's say wheat, wheat is bad for me. So for me to continually to eat wheat just because I think something tastes good, that's bad for me. I'm not honoring my being. I'm not being respectful to my body. I'm just allowing my ego, that instant gratification, to take the lead. And that's actually self-sabotage. So self-love is practicing to abstain from those treats. And if I'm really feeling like I need something doughy or treaty or bread textury, I will make it myself or seek it somewhere else. There's always a path that you can find. So when it comes to, like I said, figuring this out, there's a few questions that you can ask, but one of them that was recently brought to my mind that really just hit home for me was when I was watching Infinite Waters. I don't know if you guys watch him, but he is really fun to watch. He has this smooth voice, and anyways, he was talking the other day, and this video came across my stream because it was when I was doing all these interviews for these jobs that I don't want. I was doing all these interviews for these jobs just because I keep getting told, you need to get a job, and not from my higher self, not from other, my spirit guides or from my own intuition, but actually from the people in society around me. And so I was interviewing for these jobs and I was just like, I'm not going to be happy here. This really is wrong for me. Putting me in a cubicle for hours on end in an air conditioned room, this is going to make me sick eventually. This is not a good for me thing. So I need to step away from it. And this video just came into my field. And for me, I take that as signs, I know that we do have very, modern technology that have geniuses and filters, but come on, it's I wasn't talking to anyone about getting a job. I wasn't really, opening up to other people about the fears behind the job and how I didn't think that this was necessarily good for my being. I didn't mention that to anybody. And then this video that he posted probably I think it was 4 months ago or longer, about, what to do if you hate your job. And so I watched this video and I want to share the advice that he had in that video, just this little snippet, which was he asked, what do you love to do so much so that you have to do it before you even eat breakfast? And maybe you're not a morning person, so maybe that doesn't apply. So if you're not a morning person, just think of it as what is something that you have to do? Or what is something that gives you this hype, this energy that you've discovered just really sets you up, that if you do that first, that you're gonna have a great day. And if it's not, a full great day, you're gonna have a few great hours. It sets you up for success. what is that activity? And just really think about it. It might be like you need to wake up early in the morning and you love to listen to music. Maybe it's a certain podcast. What's the subject of that podcast? That music, what kind of music is it? If it's, for me, it's yoga, it's exercise. I have to get in my yoga. I love yoga. I practice it several times a day because it just brings in so much of that joy, and I feel so happy and so inspired when I do it. So for me, even before I have that cup of coffee, I do yoga and meditation, and then journaling. That's for me personally. You may be different, just tap into it. What is it that lights you up? What is it that lights you up? What is it that gives you that joy? What is it that really just like fulfills you with all that loving vibration? And just deconstruct that. Once you figure it out what that is, so let's just say in the morning you like to listen to music and it's in instrumental guitar music. Maybe you should think about actually learning how to play the guitar. If you don't like to play the guitar, maybe you should learn how to make your own music and share that with others. It can lead to something very powerful that you may have just disconnected with. Because see, when we were children, we were, we had more open minds. For a lot of us, we kind of had this idea that we could be anything we wanted to be, because when they were asking what our dreams are, what we want to be, they were allowing us to have that dream. Then once we got older, we were basically told, well, yeah, you can have that dream, but down the line, first you have to do all this work to pay for education, and then that education's going to get you into another better job that's going to pay more, and then you can get to that later. That's kind of like how our life was shifted, and I want us to just tap back in tune with our childlike nature, our childlike spirit, and ask yourself again, what is it that you love to do as a child? Or what is it that you were naturally good at as a child? That's another great question that you can ask yourself. And in fact, ask your friends, ask your family, ask the people that you trust and love, ask them, and the people that really know you. No one really knows you fully, only you know yourself fully. But, there's still people that we can seek, if we really feel stuck and we feel stuck on how to answer these things because we haven't tapped into our own intuition yet. It's fine to ask others. Ask your parents, ask your friends, ask, people that have been in your life for quite some time, and ask them hey, what is it that I used to be naturally really good at? Or, when I was young, what do you remember seeing me do a lot? Or what was I, loved to do? What brought me joy? Did you ever notice anything like that? What was it? And just ask them these questions and see what comes up. It's amazing the things that you will discover about yourself. And that is part of this journey, is just asking yourself questions and learning more about what lights you up and what you love, and then follow that. Trust your intuition and follow that love, follow that joy, and that will lead you into discovering more of what your purpose is, more about what you're supposed to do here on this planet, and get creative with it. Get outside of the box. Think about, don't just think about how is this going to make me money, but think about how it's going to bring you more joy and what you can do to practice it more. Because I'm not telling you to quit the job that you hate right now if that's going to put you in a tight spot. That's not at all what I'm saying. But try and figure out how to add more of these things that you love doing into your schedule. And honestly, if you really are hating on your job right now and you feel like it is taking a toll on your body, like you're getting towards burnout, and you don't even feel like you have the time to tap into doing things that you love, then I strongly recommend that you do look into other options. Look at transferring into a job that does give you more leniency, more of what you want, or overall, starting from scratch, or the universe might just intervene and make you start from scratch, because I have been there. I was working a job that totally just gave me burnout. I had no time for myself or for my health, my vitality. And so I just kept working, I kept ignoring it. And then I got a horrible neck injury that forced me to go into a healing process and really tap in to more of like what I loved, what I needed. I had to listen to my body and my intuition on a daily basis because every single day was different and that pain would hit me in a different way. And so it was almost like I couldn't even plan anything for the week. It was really sad. My friends, really, they were very sweet to me and they were understanding, but I would have to flake out on them a lot just because every single day was different. And sometimes that happens in the healing process. But I really encourage you to get out of that job that is not serving you before you reach that burnout stage or before the universe intervenes and shakes up your world, because they're just like, you're not on your right path. We need to shake you up so you get on the right path. And so do this before it's too late. Do this before, you get to that burnout stage. Do this before the universe has to intervene. And, sometimes it naturally just happens. If you are younger, once you get closer to the age of 26 to 30, you will experience your Saturn return. And so if you haven't switched over to living your life purpose and living a life that is closer in alignment to you, well, that planet alignment will definitely shake your world up and you will be set back onto the right path. And sometimes, it's blessings and it happens smoothly for people. Others, like me, it is a total just shit show, to say the least. Your life tower moment, just total crumbling happening, and then rebuilding from there. So that's it in a nutshell. I really hope that this video brought you some insight. I hope that you start to tap into what you love doing and doing more of it, because this is what life is about. We did not come here, in my opinion, we did not come here to work for someone else just to earn money, just to pay bills, just to survive. We didn't come to this earth, to this planet to survive. We came here, in my opinion, to live out our life and fulfill our purpose by living true to that purpose, living true to ourselves. Many of us have different skills. I myself see myself as a healer. I discovered that about myself, and that's a strong part of my purpose. And working 8 to 5 in a cubicle isn't going to get me close to fulfilling that purpose that I so desire, that I'm supposed to be. When we're not doing what we feel like we're meant to be, it's unfair to us, it's unfair to the universe, and it's unfair to the other people that we were meant to assist and help on this planet, because we all have different paths of life, we all have different purposes, but overall we're all here to help ourselves and to help others, to lift each other up. That is, without a doubt, I believe that we are in this together, that we are a community, that we are supposed to love and encourage and be there for one another, not be competitive with each other, not bring each other down. I don't believe that is part of our true nature, actually. I think that's when we are out of alignment and dealing with shadow work. But if you want to learn more about that and the shadow self, then please let me know in the comments below. I would love to, do a video on that as well. Let me know if you have any questions about this video, about this topic, or if there's more stuff that you're interested in or that you've heard me say that you really want me to explain more. Let me know in the comments. Love connecting with you. And if you are looking to tap into your true self, to tap into some tools that will promote self-love and that'll really help you get more in alignment with who you truly are, whether it's health-wise and nutrition and what you should be eating and how to go about that, or if it is, internally, emotionally struggling with self-worth, self-empowerment, confidence, then I highly recommend that you check out my class on Skillshare. You will get 2 months free to all the classes on there when you sign up using my link in the description below. And I will also pin the video. This is the introduction video here that I'm putting up in the corner where you can go and you can view the class. It'll also lead you to that same video when you click on the link, and it'll give you a little intro to what the class is about. And yeah, I strongly recommend that you check that out, and I look forward to seeing you guys in a future video and connecting with you further. I hope that you have a blessed day, and I hope that tomorrow morning you wake up and you do something that you absolutely love. Okay, my friends, so lovely talking with you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.